Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brick Dough here, and today I want to do a comparison between the 2021 Tumbler that just came out and the 2014 Tumbler. Obviously, the 2014 one is not available anymore, replaced by the 2021 version, but I just kind of want to go over some of the both like quantitative figures, but also some of the qualitative features about the differences, and just sort of lay those out for you. So I felt like for the 2021 version, they were really promoting a lot of like substantial changes and a complete redesign almost of the 2014 one, designed from the ground up. And to be honest, just from visual inspection, it did seem like there was a whole lot. And so let's just go ahead and look at the hard numbers here, right? So it has about 200 more pieces in the 2014 one, but demands a $30 price increase. Now, this might not just be due to the increase in pieces, obviously 7 years apart. Inflation you got to consider as well. And I think that's fair, but it did seem a little surprising that they're going to go ahead and charge $230. I feel like $200 price point at least just sounds a little bit better. And but I guess that's a fair price. And then sort of the weight is going to be a little bit more, 7.78 compared to 7.56. And the dollar per pound, it makes sense too, a little bit more than in 2014. That can be expected just from a little bit of inflation and whatnot. So not a super big surprise there. And a lot of these other metrics fall in line as what we might expect as well too. Slightly higher price per piece, and you basically get two minifigures in each of them, kind of the same deal. Obviously, you get updated printings and whatnot on the new one, but pretty similar. So as you can see from the comparison from the quantitative analysis, basically the only thing in my opinion you could really judge the extra $30 is essentially for inflation. And I'll talk about this difference in piece kind of a little bit too, and why I think this price increase is somewhat warranted, like I said, because of inflation, but you're really not getting a whole lot more. And so if we look at the essentially the new version of the Tumbler, we can see that a lot of the extra pieces, in my opinion, are coming from this stand on the bottom here. It has sort of this flimsy stand, in my opinion, honestly, a little bit on the bottom here that holds it up. That's a little bit more detailed. We didn't actually get a stand in the first one, but just pretty detailed, in my opinion. Probably consists of maybe 150 pieces or so, and then the stand the minifigures sit on is a little bit more detailed as well than the previous version. So I feel like honestly the 200 pieces there are basically made up in the stand and not in the actual build. Just to kind of keep you guys aware of that. And basically, this is kind of the problem I have, and kind of the point of this video is the whole like it's kind of like a re-release, but it's not. I just expected more significant updates to this set, and I think part of the problem is the 2014 one was so good, to be honest, and I think a lot of people really liked this set and didn't really have a problem with it. I'm glad we got an updated version, because I think it's a set that needs to be out. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's a popular set, and I think it's a very iconic, Batman vehicle. But I didn't think they really needed to. I think they could have basically just re-released the old one, and people wouldn't have really blinked an eye a little bit. Or at least I think they should have just released the old one and not have maybe made such a big fuss about it being, completely redesigned and all that. Because essentially, from what I've seen, the build is very similar to the 2014 one. Essentially, if you have the 2014 one, I wouldn't even consider getting this new one. Obviously, if you don't have the 2014 one, I do think that it's just a good set, so it's probably worth it. And basically the main difference in the build, slight differences in the paneling, but really pretty similar, is basically this window piece in between the wheels. I will say that that's an improvement compared to the old one, but that's honestly about it. And then the wheel differences in the back is a bit, I would say, people are conflicted with it, right? We kind of have these almost tractor tires in the back of the new one, and the other ones were basically almost smooth tires. And I honestly like the older version of the tires better. I do know that there was problems with some of those kind of like deflating, just the tires in general. So I think it's good that they kind of redid them a little bit, and hopefully they can withstand a little bit more of time and things like that, and the weight of the vehicle than the previous version. But I guess overall here, just with this comparison video, is that I'm a little bit underwhelmed with the updated 2021 Batman Tumbler. And I again, the $30 price increase, I understand where it was coming from after 7 years. I do think that, inflation and things like that do warrant that. But what I'm saying is you're not really getting a whole lot extra value from the 2014 one, as I think a lot of maybe people and a lot of their promotions and things like that have kind of exclaimed or kind of promoted, in my opinion. So it is a nice update to have from this set. I just don't think it's as significant or as important maybe as some people have made it out to be. I think it's a little bit basically minuscule changes, and mostly it's just nice to have a Tumbler out and available, for retail price in stores and whatnot. So guys, that kind of wraps up my comparison here. I'm interested to see what you guys think of the new version in comparison to the 2014 one. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is the Brick Dope signing off.